Hi everyone, and welcome to Burn Pilates. My name is Lydia, and today I'm going to be leading you through a standing flow where we're using a set of light weights. My weights are 3 pounds. I do not suggest going heavier than 5. Be comfortable in how you want to stand. If it's wearing socks, shoes, or barefoot, whatever feels best for your body, always listen to it. We're going to be setting up with our mat. Keep some water close by. Have some space around you to freely move, and without further ado, let's get right into our standing class. First, just welcome your body into the space. Make your way to a standing positioning in parallel, heels and feet no wider than your hip bone width and distance. Start to shrug your shoulders up and down. Look from left to right. Change your focus, change your circles, and just start to bring awareness into your body. It can sometimes feel really nice to move the fingertips, extend all the way out. Find an external rotation from the hips, toes looking to 10 and 2. And from here, as you take a shoulder shrug down, elongate your neck. We're going to start to go into a slow plie, 4 times here, just finding that movement pattern. Arms extending all the way into a long arm plank positioning, hands and wrists and elbows in alignment with your shoulders as you bend, breathe in, and as you stretch, exhale. Adding a little bit more tempo on here for 8 and 7. 6 more reps, bending as you inhale, exhale as you stretch on up. Start to feel your ground through your heels and activate your glutes. From here, slowing it back down, 4 reps, arms reach up, breathe in, and exhale, stretch. You want to turn on your lats, so every time your arms come to second position, you want to feel your lats work with your back like you're doing a chin-up. Again, 8 reps here, just increasing tempo, flushing out, getting your body to warm up, breathing in and exhale, stretch for 4, last 3, 2, final 1. From here, as you bend your knees, take your arms and draw a circle. Breathing in, arms reach forward, lower down towards your pelvis. Stretch all the way out to the second position as you elongate your legs, activate your glutes. Switching directions here 4 times. We breathe in, open, lower, and use the ground to lift and stretch. Ribs knitting in, finding that scapular connectivity, shoulders away from ears. 1 more time. We're going to go back to 8 dynamic bends in second and stretch. Really try to feel how your back is activating here. The one cue I would give for myself is that my hands are sometimes coming too close together. I'm going to that ballet first. Make sure your arms are stopping at your shoulder alignment. Going into cactus, we're going to stretch and open up through the inner thigh using the ground, changing the pelvic stability here. As your hips go back, your torso is forward, reaching in that long spine, maintaining neutral. Deep breath in for 1 more here, and exhale, stretch. Taking your arms, closing in the cactus. Notice here, my hands are coming in closer than my elbows. That is not good form. I need my elbows to stay underneath my wrists, and that's the challenge. Try to keep your elbows under your wrists. You want your arms closing together, not the hands first. Extend your arms down, roll it out, and toe heel your way all the way in. We're going to go right away into a little bit of balancing, a little bit of finding stability in our single side work. Make sure your legs are in parallel, shoulders are away from ears, neck is long, ribs are knitted in. You're working your obliques, you're working your abs always. And if you don't feel your abs working, start to connect into them. We're going to go into a pattern of work here where we plie down through that parallel, lift and lower, challenging the stability of the standing leg. When you lift your leg up off the floor, try to stop it and not swing it. I corrected myself there. I was swinging a bit. The work in the stability is find a catch, find a hold, find a stay, and lower down like you're pressing your inner thigh against water. Just making your way into that soft parallel. Knees are lightly bent. You're going to close and open your arms, again, like you're moving through water, fingers looking up to the ceiling in an offering tray position as you close, opening up as your hands press back, internally rotating the shoulders. So we're working here in an external and internal rotation. Moving and flowing, pressing out, we're going right away to these swan arm presses. If you need to look left or right to relieve your neck muscles, to give yourself a chance to reset anything that can creep up on you through the shoulders or traps, just change your gaze and focus. It can even be looking up or down. You want to choose, you want to allow yourself the possibility of movement through the exercises here. Pushing out, try to extend and expand through your chest and back, and feel how your back is controlling the arms here. Setting up for our single side work, have your right fist flexed into your left hand, apply some pressure, feel your back work. We've got a light bend in the standing leg, the hips are back just enough so that you have stability and work from the glute. As you lift your right leg up, it's staying in parallel, stretching out through your toes, elongating through the back of your knee. Feel this work from both your abductor and adductor. The standing leg, again, has a soft light bend in it. The knee is stacked over top of your heel. You're not hyperextending, and you're not completely in vertical. Your hips are back. Your spine is long. We're working here to get the glutes and the abs working together. Obliques, transverse, all the way through the gluteus medius, maximus, and minimus. We're trying to get it all engaged. Continue to feel your back muscles work for your posture here in your stability. We're going to go right away into a hold. The right leg reaches around in a rond de jambe in parallel. You touch the ground in full arabesque and return back to your side series. So we reach around, lower tap down to the floor, and then bring that right leg all the way back to your starting position on your side. Working for the standing left glute and hamstring. You want to extend, reach, reach, reach. Breathe in to touch, exhale to lift. Keep working your posture, fine-tune your balance. It's not easy to work here in mobility while the standing leg is dying, so really focus in on how you're activating through the muscles that support you in your hip, inner thigh, outer thigh, glute, hamstring. From here, you're going to keep your right leg back. We're just going to touch down and lift in a classic arabesque. You want to maintain your spine in neutral, pull your abs in, knit your ribs together. And again, check in with your back. How are you using your arms to support your posture here? You're working a lot of muscles in your erector spinae. That's all the way down your spinal column, supporting your back. We're getting lower back strength on here, but ensure you are pulling your abs up so as not to overly arch in your lumbar. We don't want to force it into strain. We want to strengthen. Keep breathing in as you touch down. Exhale as you lift on up. Let's finish our last rep here. Take that length and then smoothly come all the way to standing. Give yourself a momentary shakeout. It feels nice to just come to standing. We're going to return to a soft bend in parallel. Return to those swan arm presses. Start right away, ensuring that your neck is liberated. Look from side to side as you need. Look up and down if you need as well. Changing your focus again, just as a tip and reminder, it can be enough to really alleviate any neck tension that does start to come in. Keep stretching out, opening up through your chest and expanding with this press out of space on either side of you. Going into the right arm, 8 reps all on its own. Count yourself down. And then switching to the left, maintaining that length right across your collarbones. Ensure that your knees are also soft and that you're knitting your ribs together. Finishing by stretching both arms out. Finishing here, fisting your left hand into your right, step into your right foot, hinge your hips back, use your abs, and as you lift and stretch your left leg up off the ground, you're working for that stability coming from your right glute, hamstring. At the same time, your left leg is lifting up because the activation coming from your inner and outer thigh are working in both directions. Use your breath. Feel where your back is also engaged by that pressure that you're creating through your left fist into your hand. Press in enough that you can physically pull your shoulder blades together, feeling that width across the chest expand. Tap into the quality of your movement, how you're able to control by pressing the leg up and by also pushing it down. You're moving against a resistance that you're creating by ultimate exertion through your muscles, ultimate connectivity. We are going to start to move into more balance, so really focus on the feelings of stability here coming from the right glute. Your knee is soft. We're taking our left leg through the rond de jambe, touching down all the way to 6 o'clock, returning the left leg towards 9 o'clock, breathing in, lower, exhale as you lift, stretch, rond de jambe to the side. Your thigh is always in parallel, so the knee is facing the floor on the 6 o'clock lower. And when you bring your leg all the way around, wrapping it towards the side, the knee is facing forward. Inner thigh, outer thigh, obliques, transverse, all the way through your hamstring, quad, activate it all. Bring that energy into your glute. Finish your last few reps here. We're working for the ultimate fatigue of the muscles in an efficient way. So holding your leg all the way up here in this arabesque now, you're going to be touching down to the mat, lifting up, making sure that you're not swinging your leg up for height from the lower back. We're strengthening the lower back, but also making sure that you're strengthening the lower back means using your abs. The abs are what is controlling the leg down. You're pushing down, and then the pull-up is coming from your left glute. Squeeze it as hard as you can when you lift. Finishing the last 3. Abs wrapping in tight for 2. Last 1. Lift. And as you come out of this exercise, again, walk it out. Give your legs a bit of a shake. Weight transfer so that you bring awareness back into your whole body. Standing with your legs in an open, wide second position in parallel, reaching your arms all the way up. We're going to go right away into an active stretch, going into a deep bend, arms framing the leg, hips sending the energy back, flat spine, flat back. Breathe in as you lower, exhale to lift. Use the floor to extend your energy upwards and feel how your ribs and hips are in relationship. You're using your obliques and transverse and your back muscles with your glutes to stabilize your whole frame coming down and lifting. As you come to center, rotate externally from the hips, send your hips back. Open up through the inner thighs as you find a plie position and reaching your arms back here. Tiny little pulses, opening up again through the chest, but really targeting the back, right up through your scapular connectivity, activating through your lats as well. Open up, abs on, glutes stretching you up. Release, and if it feels good to look left and right, or just bring your ear down towards your shoulder, allow for your neck to stretch a bit. We are going to be grabbing the weights, setting up right away for our next series. With your weights in hand, step your right leg all the way back, toes flexed into the ground. You want your left knee to be stacked directly over top of your heel ankle, not your ankle toes, so just ensure that you do have that form. Roll your shoulders back and start to fly your arms, opening using your back muscles and closing using your pecs. We're not swinging, we're working with very clear intention, and what I would suggest for you to do here is to count yourself on the way up. Open for 1, 2, 1, 2. Open, 2, close, 2. This can help you set a rhythm where, again, you will feel if you're starting to swing or use momentum or use your neck. We're going to start now, left arm going forward, right arm reaching back. 3 more reps like this, just working for that shoulder stability, working for total control. 1 more rep here, and then switching. Right arm reaching forward, left arm reaching back. Extend, try to get your arm directly next to your temple and get the left arm directly next to your hip. No bend in the elbows, fully contracting the right glute of that extended leg. Taking your arms all the way in, let's step on up. Give yourself a moment to find a Pilates hinge back as we go into tricep extensions. Heels are in the floor, tailbone is out, back is long and in neutral. And this is something I see a lot of times when I teach in person. People try to tuck their butts under. I'm not really sure why, but no one's behind you, no one cares. Really focus on how you can expand your glutes into your pants. Your knees are over top of your ankles, heels. We're gonna set that right leg all the way back and go for a combo work here, tricep extension with an arm press forward. As we bring the right leg in, keep the heel up. Reach, press, pull in, extend the right leg back, contract the glutes, tricep extension. Pull in, press out, bend, and stretch. Cultivate a rhythm for yourself and feel how your abs need to stay engaged with the weight transfer that's happening, especially as you reach your arms forward. You're going to feel how you need to work on finding that balance, working for stability. Coming all the way up, give yourself a light shoulder shrug. We're going to go right away into some balancing work, taking your right leg up, flex your foot, and as you open through a cactus arm positioning, extend your right leg forward. Contract through your quadricep muscles, lengthen your hamstring. This looks easier than it is. It is tough, and if you were with me, just know we've got 4 more reps. With your left leg, you are rooted into the ground, and your glute is completely turned on to help keep your pelvis and torso stable. Finishing strong here with that right leg out, shoulder press. Just 4 reps, go for 2 more. And last one. Smoothly release. Right leg reaches back behind you. Take a momentary calf stretch. Give yourself a chance to feel the length. We're going to increase the calf stretch by extending right arm all the way over to the side. Make sure that you're not hyperextending or arching in your lower back. You want to feel length like you're creating a curve, a line right over top towards the left, stemming from your obliques all the way through your leg. Adding on that single right arm shoulder press as you shoulder press and pull using your lats. Elbow comes down, your right heel lifts, and as you stretch up and over, you're pressing your right heel into the floor, creating the sensation of elongation through your abs, specifically your obliques, your whole sideline. Continuously contract your right glute, especially as you lift your heel up off the mat. You want to feel where your muscle is turning on, always glutes, always abs to support the pelvis. Also notice where your left knee is. It's still stacked over top of your heel ankle. It shouldn't be pressing forward. So just fine-tune your form. We're going to be setting up for an internal rotation. The left foot is going to be in a parallel facing forward. The right leg is going to be extended all the way out. You're in an internal rotation against the left thigh, making sure again that the knee is soft, the right heel is lifted, the glutes are on. Take this back to the fly, reaching out and pressing down. You're not just lifting, you're lowering as well, and that is something that I really want to focus on in how your quality of movement is coming into play. Don't let momentum or gravity take you down. Control it, lift, and squeeze the chest as you lower. Take your elbows all the way in. You're going to bend, pulling the right knee all the way towards the left, and adding on. As you extend your right leg back, you're going to reach and punch that right arm forward. Keep the left arm pulled in towards you and work for the opposition here. Stretch, pull in, reach, pull in. The pull in is coming from your left glute, your inner thigh, your outer thigh, and that right leg as you extend it back is coming from the glute. Standing on up, give yourself a moment here, shake it out, release, refind your weight. We are going to be setting up right away for the second side, so when you're ready, right foot forward, knee stacked over top of the heel, working through that hamstring glute support, flying the arms open and lower. Full control here, left leg back. Left glute totally contracted. As a reminder, the reason why I focus so much on teaching that the glute of the long leg should be actively engaged is because it doesn't actively engage on its own. And you want to contract that glute in order to help stretch the front of your left hip. When one muscle flexes, another one extends. Continue here by starting with our first single arm series. We've got 2 more reps, left arm reaching forward, right arm reaching back. Deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen. When you're ready, switching, right arm reaching forward, left arm reaching back. Full stretch to the triceps. Make sure the arms get there at the same time and lower with control. As you come into your standing position, reset your spine, make sure you're in neutral, heels planted in the ground, knees soft, Pilates, hinge back to the hips, tricep extension. Flowing right into our combo, reach your arms forward, pull back in, extend that left leg back. Use your glute, stretch the arms, tricep extension. The next time you pull in, the left heel stays high. You should be feeling this through your glute, especially on that supporting side, along with the working side because that's how much you're activating, but also through the core. This entire work here is coming from your stomach wall in pulling and stretching. The two oppositions are working the length of your abs, also the weight transferring. The abs have to work in weight transfer, so really feel what's happening as you reach your arms forward, pull back in, and extend all the way out. Setting up right away for our internal rotation. That right foot is looking forward, the left leg is back in its long stretch, heel lifted, toes flexed, soft bend in that right knee, hips facing towards the right leg. Arms are going to fly, lift and lower, use your back, and try to slow down your lower more so than anything else. Slow it down so you feel your chest muscles are pressing down. They're pressing against some kind of resistance that you create. Again, I always think of working through water because water has resistance in both directions. As you tuck your elbows all the way in, that right leg is going to bend, the knee comes towards the left knee, and if you're ready, add on the punch of the left arm, stretching out, reaching in length, keeping the right arm tucked in towards your waist, stopping the movement and moving from the glute, from the core. Stretch, reach, squeeze your left butt, pull in. Inner thigh and outer thigh work coming from that supporting leg. Let's go for a last rep here and come on up. Give yourself a soft moment, quick little break here. Shimmy it out. We are going to set up right away for the right leg, staying in support, keeping length. Contract your glute, lift your left leg up, heel flexes, and as you stretch your leg forward, you are finding that open width across the collarbones. Cactus arms, 90 degrees in the elbows. Breathe in as you bend and exhale, stretch. You want your spine to be neutral, so don't worry about the height of the leg so much as how long your spine is and how contracted you are in your standing glute. Holding the last rep all the way out here 4 times, shoulder press, lift, and pull your arms down. Activate the lats. Keep breathing. This is challenging. And finish smoothly. Let your leg release. We're going back to our lunge position first. Light calf stretch, left foot rooting down through your heel. Have the right hand next to your hip, and from here, stretch your left arm up and over. Create the where you're finding space in your stretch between your left ribs and your left hip. Adding on, as you pull your arm down using your lats, you lift your left heel off the ground by using your toes, your glute, all the muscles in your long left leg to activate that lift. Feel this here. You pull down and stretch up. This is as much an active stretch as it is an activation and contraction in your obliques and body in stretch. We want to find length and we want the body to become longer and leaner in our movements, which is part of the work. A little bit of balance work as well, of course. When you're ready and done, place your weights down. Give yourself a shake out from here. We're going to go right away into a release, a little bit of active dynamic stretching, arms up. Step out with your left leg, keep your right leg long, frame your left leg. And when you come back, make sure you're not locking your knees out. You're finding that soft stop. Deep breath in, flat back, abs pulling in, spine long. Go for one more here, and then switching to the second side, make sure you've got space, reach, and lift. Give yourself a nice little bit of a rhythm here. You're warm, you want your body to not assume that it knows what you're doing. Guide yourself into this movement. Keep breathing, keep flushing out. Working right away into a twist, alternating each side, reaching and extending leg and arm. You're working the opposition of your arm and leg, and this twist should just feel nice. Rotating those ribs right over top of your hips. Nice little bit of oblique action. We're going to start to extend now up and over, and as you reach, try to reach up and down. You're not reaching up and over so much as one arm going to the ceiling, opposite arm going down towards the side of your thigh, towards the floor. This is going to help again create that space between the ribs and hips that I talk about very often here on my channel. When you're ready, finish, give yourself a stretch, anything that feels good for you, absolutely anything at all that comes to you. I love to do stretches that open up my spine and really install the feeling of tall through my vertebra, all the way through my core, down through my legs. I want to take advantage of this opportunity now as you stretch, just to say thank you for joining me for this class. I know that this is a different style than what some of you may be accustomed to, where I'm teaching as I'm doing, but I love these kinds of classes where I can critique and evaluate how I'm moving in the class that I'm teaching and do this kind of voiceover coaching that hopefully helps you understand better the technique that we're looking for. Thank you for your support. It really means the world. As a free content creator here on YouTube, your subscription means that I am able to continue to build and hopefully garner an income from my work here. For those of you looking for ad-free classes, be sure to check out the Patreon for Burn Pilates. Have an awesome morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And guys, I thank you so much again for joining me. I'll see you at the next burn.